It is, what is this? Monday morning, and I am here at Las Vegas Olive Oil and Balsamics, and they have like crazy good vinegars, and I'm looking for some to dress my salads and my veggies, and they have like an amazing assortment. I'll try, if they have a website, I'm going to link it below and you can peruse what they have. I've just never seen an assortment like this, but they are so tasty. So let me go in and see what I can find. You which flavors I got. I got some small bottles and some medium bottles. Now the owner told me that only the medium bottles are sold online, so they are going to be a little bit more expensive. This is a medium bottle here. This is a small one, so the medium one is 12.7 fluid ounces, and the small bottles are 6.7 fluid ounces, but you're going to use a very little amount of them. Another thing she told me was a good benefit to these was it's just, they're not, I think she said they weren't processed, they are not refined, so they're going to have the same effect on your body that apple cider vinegar has. So let me show you some of these flavors. This one is Cara Orange Vanilla, and I have to tell you, I sampled these, a couple of these, my friend had them, and they're unlike any other vinegar I've ever tried in my life. These are absolutely amazing. This one is Peach. This one is Grapefruit. And this one is Pomegranate Quince. She said this one was particularly sweet. And this one is Cranberry Pear. I cannot wait to try these. And this one is Dark Chocolate, a balsamic vinegar. So that one's going to be a little sweeter. I'm going to save those for maybe strawberries or something like that. But oh my goodness, the reason why I bought so many of these was I really want to increase my veggies and my salads and my greens. And I thought instead of counting on dressings and stuff, I would try to use some of these. She said that, especially with some of these sweet ones, it's really good because it's like apple cider vinegar. You can add it to your waters to flavor those as well. Now, I add a little apple cider vinegar to my chicken's water to help keep their immune system up. So I wonder, they'd probably appreciate a drop of these once in a while and change it up a little bit. All right, guys, those are my vinegars. And again, there is a website. She gave me a brochure, and she said they do ship. So I will put the website in the description bar below. Starting off my breakfast with some Swiss chard from the garden, a handful. I've steamed them. I've got some tomatoes here, Campari tomatoes, and I've got garlic powder, kosher salt, and then a dash of dill weed. I like dill weed on my tomatoes. And I am trying some of this pomegranate quince vinegar on my greens. And I have to tell you, it smells so good. I can't wait to have my steel-cut oats this morning. I am having probably about a cup and a half of steel-cut oats, which are 0 points on the purple plan, about a half a cup of blueberries. I've got 1 teaspoon of honey, a tablespoon of these grape nuts for crunch on top. And this is the thing that's really hard for me to step away from as far as sugar-free. The sugar-free vanilla coffee mate creamer. I am so addicted to that. And so that's going to be the hardest thing to give up if I want to give up sugar-free. Because I do put that in my oatmeal, and I think, I'm going to try to switch it over and put some cashew milk in it, but it's just not as creamy, so I'm going to work on that. Hey everybody, I'm in my garage. I'm doing a mid-sized grocery haul. I just wanted to show you a few things. I think I've talked about these before, but I picked some up again, and I just wanted to show you these. This is a C&W brand, the Ultimate Southwest Blend. It's a bunch of corn, veggies, peppers, some black beans, and it's 0 points on the purple plan because there's no oil or anything like that. But what I do with this is I throw this in with some chili beans, different types of beans, add a chili bean mix, maybe a can of tomato sauce. Oh my goodness, it makes such an amazing chili, and it will make anything into Southwest flavor. So I picked up a couple of those. Another thing that I noticed is that right now berries are still out, but they're really expensive, especially blackberries. They could be like $5 for one little box. And one thing that I noticed was blackberries, which are picked at the height of their season and frozen. You get a bag like this is 16 ounces for a couple of bucks. And so frozen berries are a very, very good deal. I would definitely pick those up if you're out. Same thing with cherries. Cherries can be really expensive. They can add a lot to a smoothie or a cereal or oatmeal or whatever. And again, like $2 for this, and this is a 12-ounce bag. But again, you know, another thing that I pick up regularly and I need just to cut corners when I don't want to use real potatoes, is hash browns, the shredded potatoes. I can make waffles out of these potatoes. I can make hash browns. I could add them to soups to thicken it. I mean, I can do so much with them. And these don't have any oil. They have to have no oil for them to be 0 points on the Purple Plan. Same thing with the O'Brien hash browns. Now, these I love. The reason why is because they are seasoned with bell peppers and onions, and again, there's no oil in here, but they add so much. So what I do is I will actually like just defrost some of these, and then when they are kind of like defrosted and kind of steamed, then I'll go ahead and put them in a pan and lightly toast them, and then they crisp up a little bit. Some things I get from my long-term and rotating pantry, and those are things like this. This is chunk chicken breast. It's 98% fat-free, and it's just kind of nice to throw these in your pantry whenever you can. They're like $2 a piece, $1.88, and I'll grab them out and throw them in a chili for my family or something, and they're really low in fat, but you know that you already have cooked chicken. You don't have to put it in the fridge, and if the power goes out or something like that, it's really nice to have a backup of these in the pantry. Same thing with this. This is something that goes into my pantry, and if I don't have the time to make something like a vegetable beef stew, maybe I will have a can of beef, one of these, maybe a can of tomato sauce, some broth or something like that, and you've got, you know, just throw it together and you've got a really quick dinner for the family. That's really for an emergency, though I don't really have those all the time. It has way too much sodium. Every week, whether or not I'm going to use this right now or not, I actually get a small bag of rice and I put it in my rotating and my long-term pantry, because if I don't need it, you know, I know that we will have. This is our favorite kind of rice. It's the sushi rice, although the brown rice is 0 points on my program. I do take the hit on the sushi rice because it's just so good. This is my ketchup that I buy, the no sugar added. This is going into the pantry, and I pretty much go by the rule, if you have two, you have one. If you have one, then you have none, so you better get another one. And I try to stay stocked on things like that. This is the milk that I drink. It's 25 calories per cup for 8 ounces, and it's the creamy silk cashew milk. And I make all of my smoothies and everything out of that. I did get some organic beets. They're in this bag here. I got some bok choy to try this week. I want to try a new green every week, be a little better about that. I've got some cilantro to add to my greens and my salads. Of course, romaine. I always pick that up, always go through my romaine. Got a lot of citrus this week. I got lemons, I got limes, I got oranges, and I got mandarins. These are mostly for the kids. These my husband and I will probably have. And then what else? Got some broccoli. Oh, this is a new kind of tea I wanted to show you. It's from Bigelow, and it's cinnamon and blackberry herbal tea. And I wanted to show you, so it kind of helps with your sugar balance in your body, and I kind of wanted to show you what was in here. Where's the ingredients? Look at all those wonderful things. Raspberry flavors, hibiscus, blueberry leaves, fennel, rose hips, apples, blackberry leaves, elderberries. It's got a lot of dandelion leaves and root too. I mean, this is good stuff, and it's herbal. I thought I would try to work tea back into my life again. I did pick up some of the red lentil penny, and all of the pulse pastas are 0 points on the Purple Plan, and I thought I would try this one. I do like this. I just think that sometimes they're a little testy in cooking, and you don't want to overcook them, so you just got to watch them really well. Picked up a little more onion powder, a couple of them, because I go through it a lot. Now this is something different. I did pick up some 100% pineapple juice. The reason why is because I have a fat-free cholesterol, it's like it's a cholesterol cure cookbook, but it has some good recipes in there. And they cook with pineapple juice instead of adding sugar. So there are a few recipes I wanted to try in there. This is my Achilles heel, guys. It doesn't have to be this brand. Sugar-free French vanilla creamer. In my oatmeal and my coffee. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to work with that. It's got some zucchini. This is something, I got a couple of these for the kids. Now it's granola. They top their oats with this, and that's about it. It's way too fatty and high in calories for me to really have a serving, but using a tablespoon on top of oats is going to be like 1 or 2 points, and that's about it. So if I want to, I might try it. I've got sweet potatoes here for this week, and I've got a really wonderful smelling basil plant. I'm going to put that on my counter and use that in some of my food. This is something that goes into my pantry. The kids like brown sugar on their oats, and so I just stock up on that. I did get some black beans because black beans, when you buy them in the can add up and be expensive. So I'm just going to start making them from scratch on my own. Anyway, that's my quick haul right now. See you later. Okay, for lunch, I'm having 2 small red potatoes topped with some fat-free chili and green beans, and I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of the tamari sauce on my green beans. And then later in the afternoon, I had a little herbal tea while I was talking with honey, and it was a really nice breath of fresh air in the day. All right, so dinner time comes around. I was making some quick lentil soup. I've got like a mirepoix of onions and carrots in here. I'm just cooking them down. I'm going to add a bag of lentils, green lentils or brown lentils. And I'm going to throw in 2 bay leaves and some vegetable broth. About 5 cups or so, add a couple cups of water, and then I'm just going to cook that in the Instapot. I think it was about 12 minutes, and it's so nice and creamy. And now I will add salt and pepper and garlic powder, and I'm serving it with a little bit of rice and some salsa. All right, let's talk a little bit about these points. On keeping my purple points and doing the starch solution is that I can pretty much make it through the day and not rack up a whole lot of points. I'm eating till I'm satiated. I'm eating a lot, of food, and they're 0-point items. They just happen to be 0-point items, but it is the starch solution. I'm not going to worry about that at this point. I'm not going to be getting blue dots if I'm sticking to the starch solution because it is very low in fat, like hardly that much at all. And so it's just, I'm probably going to be able to get a few more points, with coffee creamers or something like that, adding in, a little bit of this or that, but this is pretty much what it's probably going to look like. I'm willing to accept that for the amount of time that I'm doing this and see what happens. And I'm not going to worry about it. I will continue to keep track and see what that looks like and see how many of those extras add in, because the more extras I add in, it may affect my weight loss, and I need to see what that looks like in view of using the starch solution. But that's what it's going to look like. I'm just going to be very transparent about it and let you know. So I think this is going to be a pretty regular thing. All right, guys, I'll see you.